and otherwise I'll continue with the next test. Now the next one is that I want to select interaction options. What do I want to do with these? This one is actually a test. Same as usual, give me the game. Give me the currently selected interaction type. And let's decide on some form of interaction options as well. And put that in a string, just so I have it for later. And what else do I want to do? We can stop there for now and then just double check. There should be an interaction that's available for me. And let's be a bit lazy here. All I want to do really is to double check that if I throw in certain interaction options, I get the same interaction options back. Interaction options, and then and I can double check that if I do get interaction options, I will get the same things as well. Like that. Evaluate, run. And of course it fails because I haven't written any of those methods yet. What do I need to do? I need to have the get selected interaction type. Like that. That will give me the currently selected interaction types because I have that stored in the select interaction method. And then I need to write the select interaction options method. Let's actually put this over here. And what do I want to do here? Document it a bit. I want to, yeah, sure. I would like to simply set something in the currently selected interaction type, which means that it's easy for me to just get that out into a local variable. There we have that, and okay, so I make sure that I get something back, and if I have something, I will call the select interaction options on this interaction type that I got, and just pass along this, which means that I need to store it in the interaction type class. And once I've done that, I just return the string back. So this should really just give me back whatever I call it with. Shouldn't be anything strange going on there. Let's go up to the interaction type class. We've got that over here, and then add that attribute. Like that. Maybe I won't even want to be able to address it in the constructor already. Maybe I'm not using that for the moment, but it might be interesting to do. There we have that, and I would like to also get a method to actually work with those. Because that's the method I was calling before, wasn't it? Interaction type and a string with the options. Seems like I'm missing one parenthesis, yes. What I want to do with this, I want to store it, right? That should take care of things. I'm going to need to a get method later on, so let's put that in while I'm up here. Save me some work to go find this place later on. So select interaction options will just store interaction options, and get interaction options will just return it. Good. go back to where I was doing this. And I selected interaction options. Good. That should work now. And that means that if I check now, get selected interaction options, I haven't written that one yet. So let's write that one. Don't remember the name of that method, but I can go up and double check that later on. And then just return that. Double check the name, get interaction options. Not quite what I wrote, right? Get interaction options. Evaluate this and test. Current interaction is not available as a variable. Where did I write that? Did I misspell something? Or is it down here? No, that's okay. Seems like I've spelled it properly everywhere. If I don't put that little asterisk there, things happen more or less, they're supposed to happen in parallel, which means I can't really use this attribute inside the same let statement like that. If I put little asterisks, they are executed in the order that I write them, which means that current interaction is first defined, and that means that it's available here. Let's re-evaluate that method and rerun the test. And now I have 3 passing tests. Double check the test. What am I doing? I get my game object and I get the currently selected interaction. I just create a local string to make sure that I have something to put in. I could put in the string literal everywhere, but I'm lazy, so I'm putting it into a variable instead. I double check that I actually got something. There is an interaction already selected. And I double check that when I throw in the interaction options, I get the same thing back. I would be surprised if I didn't, because I don't do anything with it, but sure, it's a good check. And if I call to see what are the currently selected interaction options on the game object, I get the same string back as well. So that's a nice test. Let's go for the last one then. We're so close to the finish line. Same thing as before, just give me the game object. And there's actually not that much more to do. Well, I could play around and say that the string, well, no, let's not bother with that. So really what I want to check here is that when I start the interaction, it should just print something out. So let's double check that I get something printed back. Format the string. U something something z something. And when this executes, it's going to put in the strings into the first string. So what I get out is something that says, you gracefully take the test object. That's nice. And I need to compare that with something, right? So I start the interaction on the game, and that's when I should get the string back. I evaluate that and I run it, and I get that the start interaction method is not available. Not surprising, I haven't written it. Let's put that here. And what I want to get from this, well, first of all, I want to have access to the variables I need, or the attributes I need. So get the current objected, get the currently selected game object. Currently selected interaction type. And the currently selected interaction option. Which I'm actually going to do by calling that method instead. There we have it. And then just format a string. Actually, this string is going to be the same, or I want it to be the same as the one I wrote here down here. So let's just copy that. Okay, if I now execute this, this will look horrible. First of all, the test will fail, and I'm going to put in a printout of it somewhere. I can do that up there. So you can see why it's going to fail. And I missed a parenthesis somewhere. Yep. Test and it fails. And if I look at the message that I just put in there, it doesn't say you gracefully take the test object. It says you gracefully is okay because that was a string, and then there's an object here which is ugly, and then there's another object which is equally ugly. And the reason for that is that I am not accessing the actual name tag or name attribute of these objects. So if I change that, and evaluate, and now I have a passing test. Let's go into that last one and check the messages. I get the printout saying that you gracefully take the test object, which is what I wanted. Nice. And the test passed as well, otherwise I would have seen it here. And that, my friends, is, let's shrink everything, the long and the short of it. One page of a game system. I've got the game element class up here. It's nothing really, just the name, and I'm reusing that when I'm inheriting to the interaction type, and I'm inheriting it to the game object as well. I could have inherited it for the scene as well in order to get the name there, but I decided to be stupid to myself there. The game class is the biggest one, of course, because I have the these four methods: select object, select interaction type, select interaction options, and start interaction. Those are the ones that I got from my sequence diagram, my system sequence diagram, and the rest are helper functions in order to get stuff out and in order to initialize things. And my tests, I've got my 4 tests down here. For select object, select interaction type, select interaction options, and start interaction. And a few methods to set things up, 2 methods here to set up things and get started. So as you noticed, and as I warned you, the first test took a lot of time to get up and running, but then I hope you agree with me that the rest of the tests were relatively easy to get started, to get set up, because a lot of the structure, the classes that I needed, were already there. And that sort of summarizes this. Thanks for watching.